Howdy vape fam, we are in the most poorly lit area of my house because it's kind of cold and I don't want to go down there and heat up that room because I'm only going to be there for this review. So we're going to be up here in my shitty loft and oh look, there's my puppy, Daisy. That's nice. That's my dog. Today I want to talk about Banzai vapors, and it's kind of a hot topic when it comes to the people who follow me on Instagram, because the people who have tried Banzai vapors totally swear by them, but the people who haven't tried Banzai vapors see the price tag before anything else and are kind of turned off by it. I'm going to talk about these flavors, but what I want to talk about first is their price point. It is $19.99 for a 30 milliliter bottle. A lot of people I talk to are used to buying 15 milliliters. So the first thing to take into consideration when you're buying from Banzai is the fact that you're getting a 30 milliliter bottle. So if you're used to buying 15, it's obviously twice the amount you're used to getting. The other thing is I have very few vape companies in my reviewing, I forgot the word for it, is whatever that word is. It's like in your file cabinet in your head. Anyways, I have very few of those companies that have the type of quality standard. It's not just that this juice tastes really good, it's every single juice in this company's line is fully representative of their flavor profile. I have had the unfortunate experience of reading a flavor profile and thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be so good. And then I try it, and it's nothing like what it says. And what I equate that to is when you get something that's watermelon flavored, you're either going to get something that tastes like watermelon, or you're going to taste something that's like watermelon candy. They're both correctly labeled watermelon, but one is kind of the actual flavor, one is it's what we've come to accept as the artificial equivalent. So when you order from Banzai, it is actually what you're reading. And there are 3 new ones today. We'll do it in order. This is from their active collection, which is available now on their website. I'll also put a link down below for 10% off of your purchase if you want to do that whole route. But what's amazing is each one of these bottles, aside from being amazing and looking great on your shelf, is actually going to benefit a cause close to the home of vaping. So there's 3 different colors, there's 3 different causes, and these don't cost any more than the regular flavors offered by Banzai. So that means the generous proceeds that are going towards these charities are coming out of their pocket, which is phenomenal of them. That's so wonderful. The first one we're going to talk about is Pound It, and this is a lemon. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. No, it wasn't. It lied to me. Yeah, so this is a lemon pound cake, and it's ridiculous. And this one goes towards not blowing smoke. Now, you're going to see that hashtag a lot on Instagram, but I would encourage you to hop over to Google and plug that bad boy in and do a little research on what not blowing smoke actually is. And it's just really cool. And when I hear pound it, I think like, yeah, pound it, bro. And honestly, if you do anything to support not blowing smoke, you should pound it because that's phenomenal. It's very, it's super desserty, and to me there's like some subreddits of desserty. There's kind of blanketed term, which is a dessert vape. And then you go down into that, like, well, does it taste kind of like an ice creamy dessert? Is it more like a custardy dessert? Is it a fruit type dessert? Is it a sweet? And this one is very much a more rich, savory kind of dessert. What's amazing to me with what they're able to do at Banzai is how in-depth the flavor is. When it says lemon pound cake, it means it, and it's not the Twinkie version of it either. It's not something Hostess made. It's like your grandma showed up at your house and was like, I'm gonna put my homemade lemon pound cake into your RDA, have fun with that. What I think I like the most with Pound It is that there's actually like sort of a sour cream in it too, which is so authentic. It's just, I love it when vapes kind of make me forget that I'm vaping in the first place. I like being taken away from it and adhered to the flavor itself. So it's just phenomenal. I'm a huge fan of it. The lemon is not tart. The lemon is very heavy and it's very sweet. So it's not a sour one, it's not a candy one. It's just a take up your whole mouth, big slice, big bite of a lemon pound cake. And it's bloody fantastic. The next one. This is, do any of you have this problem? Do you have an Apollo? And if your battery top is flat, it doesn't kind of meet the connection as well. Like sometimes I have to move my finger. I should do a review on this. I have to move my finger around the firing pin to find out which point of pressure is the best. It's kind of weird. If you have that experience, let me know down below so I know. So this one, these are all in 3 milligram, by the way. Because I'm an idiot, and when I first got this, I saw 3, and there's 3 in the series, so I thought they were numbered according to the series, because duh. But this is a berry Rice Krispie treat, and I was a little nervous. I didn't know how I would feel about it, because I'm weird, and I don't actually like Rice Krispie treats that much. I'm not a big fan. The smell is very, like, it's out of the kitchen. It's not, some juices you smell, and there's just kind of a universal vape juice smell, and it kind of smells like just opening up a thing of candy and sticking your face in it, and that's good, but I like it when it surprises me. And this is like walking into somebody's kitchen who's been at this for a little while, and it's very sweet. It's a very sweet smell. And it's light. It's light enough to be an all-day vape. I'm a huge fan of dripping. I like dripping, but if I was gonna put one of these in a tank and go with it all day, it would be this one because it's light enough. It's not really like taking a bite of a Rice Krispie berry treat. It's more like you recently had a bite and that aftertaste is just lingering in your mouth. And that's not speaking ill of it in any way, because I like that. I like that it's a touch more subdued, because that means I can keep hitting it and keep hitting it and keep hitting it without the taste getting repetitive or overpowering my senses, because sometimes I don't want to be overwhelmed. I want to be well within my vaping comforts. What's interesting is the different coloration of all these. Oh, I'm frozen. I hate that. The different coloration in the juices themselves. There's a lot of yellow in the lemon, and then the sure enough is like completely see-through. It looks like thick water. This one's pretty straightforward. It tastes like a berry Rice Krispie treat. I'm not quite as amped about it, just because Rice Krispies aren't my favorite thing, but I do genuinely like the flavor, and it is something that I would purchase because I like the authenticity, I like how light it is, and I like that I could throw this in my tank and just go for it all day. The last one, oh, and this one before I forget, this goes towards benefiting the Pink Lung Brigade, and I don't know how big of a deal that is kind of nationwide, but like all of the events I've gone to that are kind of big in Washington really focus a lot on the Pink Lung Brigade and the absolutely amazing work they're doing. If you're not involved with it, you can find them on Facebook, you can find them just through a Google search. Get involved. They're amazing. What they're doing is amazing. And knowing that proceeds are going to benefit this is just like the cherry on top. Except for you wouldn't put a cherry on top of a Rice Krispie treat. That would be weird of you. And then I was like double checking before I just announced that it's benefiting something that it's not. This one is ridiculous, and it looks like I haven't vaped any of it, but the problem is that I vaped so much of the other one, the juice level's like down to here, and I wanted a nice bottle, so I went and got a new one and popped the protective seal off so that we could do this one. This is their Sure Enough, and this goes towards benefiting vape advocacy rights. And it's super important where we're at right now, guys, because we're going to be going through a lot more legislation And funding this, especially through a great tasting vape, is just an awesome way to be involved and to talk to your friends about it, because obviously, especially if you're a dripper, you're sharing with your friends all the time. I'm not sharing as much as I should have. I'm a little bit of a juice hog. But it's a great way to drop these things into conversation and show them that you're a vape advocate on top of just being about that life. So this is a sherbet ice cream, and I don't know if they identify it as a rainbow sherbet. And this one kind of weirds out my brain because I'm so used to ice cream tasting super cold, and this is just a very like warm sherbet. But this smells like my childhood loved it. If you just went to your friend's house and popped open a 5-gallon tub of rainbow sherbet, that's exactly what you smell. And I like it because sherbet has this kind of uniqueness about it. When you smell it, there's like a sweet sort of tang, and it's so perfectly captured even just in the smell of the vape that before I even tried it, I knew it was going to be right on the nail, because just from the scent, I was like, yeah, they nailed it. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when you would like go to a pizza parlor that, like, I don't know if you guys had these, but we always had pizza parlors that doubled, and they had the big Baskin Robbins style ice cream thing that you would push the big plastic or glass lid over, and they'd have those huge barrels, and they'd scoop it like this and give you a big honkin' top on top of a cone, a waffle cone. And this I would say is like the perfect medium between the two. Like, the lemon is so rich and it's so heavy, and I love that. I love that about it. And then the Rice Krispie berry one being kind of lighter. This one's smack dab in the middle of those two. It's perfect for an all-day vape. It's perfect to drip with. I can't really think of a way to describe the flavor other than it's bright. It is a bright flavor, and it's delightful. I mean, like, that sounds like a kitschy word, but it totally is. It's a delightful flavor. And it's just super reminiscent of being a no-care kind of kid and having your ice cream and going to town on it. It is not like the creamy sherbet that you get in those little cups with the wooden spoon. It's not like that. There is a little bit of a cream taste in there, but it's not overpowering, and it's not at all like I've had some orange creamsicle vapes, and it's not at all like that. It is its own independent sherbet without the hints of vanilla in it or anything like that. So I super, super enjoy it. I would be happy to have it as my all day. I'd be happy just to drip it a few times throughout the day. I personally prefer dripping because, like I said about being a juice addict, I can just flip through my Rolodex of different flavors. And yeah, it's super fun. It's super versatile, and I just really, really enjoy it. So take all that into consideration. I would strongly advise you to pop over to Banzai if you're not ready to commit to a 30 milliliter with that kind of a price tag right now. Pop over to their True Collection. It's also on their website on the drop down menu that comes when you hover over for e-juices. There's one called their True Collection. And I would suggest that you try one of their 15 milliliters just so that you can see it's absolutely astounding what they're able to do with these flavors. It's a trip, and they're definitely one of the best companies I've worked with when it comes to customer service. They are on it almost immediately every time. It astounds me every time when they respond to an email just how quickly they do it. And I've been fortunate enough to meet two of their people, and they're phenomenal. They're absolutely the representation of what Vape Fam should be and should stand for. It's an awesome community, and these are some stellar members of it. They're giving a lot to charity, and they're putting a lot of hard work into these flavors. So be sure to check them out. Creep it real, and I will see you later, fam. Vape on.